Have you ever wondered if your anxiety, brain fog, emotional exhaustion, or depression could be connected to more than stress alone? What if hormonal changes during perimenopause or menopause were affecting your brain, mood, memory, and emotional well-being, and you didn't even realize it? On today's episode, I'm sharing part of my own journey navigating major depressive disorder while serving in the military during perimenopause, long before I fully understood my hormones. Today, we're talking about menopause and brain function, memory and cognitive changes, anxiety and depression in midlife women, and the natural strategies that help support my healing journey. So, friend, if you're ready to join in on the conversation and discover where true healing begins, grab a notebook and pen and let's dive in. Hey friend, welcome to Integrative Medicine for Energy and Health. Are you struggling with low energy, excessive weight, chronic fatigue, imbalanced hormones, or body aches and pains that are robbing you of enjoying life? If you're ready to take the guesswork out of living a healthier life, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Rekishia. I'm a mom, honorably retired Air Force veteran, award-winning author, social worker, and Christian alternative medicine provider. For years, I tried improving my health through conventional medicine and nothing worked until I finally found a simple strategy that was easy and fun. This podcast will provide you with natural ways to increase energy, lose weight, regulate hormones, and improve your mood. If you're ready to live, look, and feel better, grab your favorite cup of herbal tea and let's jump in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Rekishia McMillan. I am so glad you're here because this space was created with you in mind. If you've been feeling tired for no clear reason, struggling with weight changes that don't match your habits, noticing shifts in your mood, sleep, memory, or energy, or just feeling like your body is different than it used to be, you are not alone, and you're not imagining it. This show is designed to help women understand what is really happening during perimenopause, menopause, and beyond. And most importantly, how to support your body through it in a way that feels empowering, not overwhelming. Here we talk about what most people don't, how hormones affect your energy, your metabolism, your mental clarity, and even your spiritual and emotional well-being. Because when those hormones begin to shift, everything can feel like it's shifting with them. But here's what I want you to know. This season of life is not just about getting older. It's not about declining or just pushing through the symptoms. It's about learning how to support your body differently. Because your body is not failing you. It's asking for a different kind of care, a different kind of rhythm, and a different kind of support. And that's exactly what we focus on here. This is a space where you can rebuild your energy, support healthy weight balance, restore hormonal harmony, improve your sleep and mental clarity, as well as learn practical, natural strategies that help you thrive, not just survive. But even more than that, this is a supportive environment where you are seen, heard, and understood. A space where you don't have to figure it all out alone. My goal is to walk alongside of you with education, encouragement, faith, and real-life strategies that meet you where you are and help you to move towards where you want to be. Because thriving through perimenopause, menopause, and beyond is possible, and I'm so glad we get to do this together. Many people who know me as someone who is passionate about hormone health, women's wellness, as well as helping women restore balance naturally. But what many women don't know is that during my time serving in the military, I was diagnosed with a major depressive disorder while navigating perimenopause. At the time, I didn't fully understand what was happening inside my body. I just knew something felt off. I was experiencing emotional exhaustion, anxiety, brain fog, difficulty concentrating, disrupted sleep, mood changes, and periods where I simply did not feel like myself. And because I was in a high stress environment that required constant performance, resilience, and mental endurance, I pushed through for a long time without recognizing how deeply hormones, chronic stress, and nervous system overload were affecting me. What I now understand is this: perimenopause can profoundly impact mental health. And for many women, especially high achieving women, caregivers, leaders, and women under chronic stress, the symptoms are often misunderstood, dismissed, or misdiagnosed. So today I want to have an honest conversation about menopause, mental health, brain function, and healing. Not just from a clinical perspective, but from lived experience. And I also want to share some of the remedies and strategies that became a part of my own healing journey and that I still practice today. I'd like to start by talking about the brain hormone connection. Many women are surprised to learn that estrogen directly affects the brain. Estrogen is one of the primary hormones that supports a woman's reproductive, brain, heart, bone, and metabolic health. While many people associate estrogen only with the menstrual cycle, it affects the entire body. Estrogen helps regulate mood and emotional well-being, memory and cognitive function, bone density and joint health, heart and blood vessel health, skin elasticity and collagen production, metabolism and weight balance, as well as sleep and energy levels. During perimenopause and menopause, estrogen levels begin to fluctuate and decline. As this happens, women may experience symptoms such as brain fog, anxiety or mood changes, hot flashes, sleep disruptions, weight gain, joint discomfort, fatigue, and changes in memory. Estrogen receptors are specialized proteins found throughout the body that receive and respond to the hormone estrogen. You can think of them like messengers or docking stations that allow estrogen to communicate with cells and tell the body how to function properly. Estrogen receptors are located in many tissues and organs, including our brain, bones and joints, heart and blood vessels, our breasts, ovaries and uterus, skin, muscles, and the nervous system. This is why declining estrogen during perimenopause and menopause can affect so many areas of women's health, not just reproductive function. And friend, this is exactly why so many women begin feeling disconnected from themselves during this transition. There are two main types of estrogen receptors: the ER alpha, which is more involved in reproductive tissues, bone, and metabolism, and then we have our ER beta, which plays a major role in the brain, mood, inflammation balance, and nervous system regulation. Understanding estrogen receptors helps explain why hormonal changes can impact the entire body and why supporting women holistically during menopause is so important. Studies show that hormonal fluctuations during menopause transitions can affect working memory, attention span, processing speed, and executive functioning. Researchers have identified the hippocampus, which is the brain's memory center, as especially sensitive to estrogen decline. The hippocampus is the small curved structure located deep inside the brain near the center of the temporal lobe. It acts like the brain's memory and learning center, helping you store information, recall memories, stay focused, and process emotions. In simple terms, the hippocampus helps you to remember where you placed your keys, recall someone's name, follow conversations, learn new information, and stay mentally organized throughout the day. Researchers have found that the hippocampus is especially sensitive to changes in estrogen during perimenopause and menopause. As estrogen levels begin to decline, many women notice symptoms like brain fog, forgetfulness, difficulty concentrating, slower recall, mental fatigue, as well as feeling emotionally overwhelmed. Estrogen helps to protect and nourish this part of the brain by supporting communication between brain cells, improving blood flow, reducing inflammation, and helping the brain adapt and function efficiently. This is why hormonal shifts can affect not only the body, but also memory, mood, focus, and emotional well-being. The encouraging news is that the brain can still be supported through proper nutrition, stress management, sleep, movement, and healthy lifestyle practices to help nourish the brain and the nervous system. So when women say things like, I can't think clearly anymore, or I feel mentally exhausted, there is real physiology connected to those experiences. What I've come to understand both through my personal journey and working with women is that what we often label as mental health symptoms are sometimes deeply connected to hormonal and neurological shifts happening in the body. Research continues to show that estrogen plays a protective role in brain function, particularly in the hippocampus, which is why cognitive shifts are often more noticeable during perimenopause. But here's where this becomes empowering because we are not powerless in the process. We can actively support the brain through lifestyle, stress regulation, and nutrition. I want to bring this into something very practical for you with brain-boosting foods that support the hippocampus and cognitive function. One of the ways I began supporting my own mental clarity and emotional stability was through nutrition, learning how food can either support or strain the brain. Let me share a few key brain-supporting foods that nourish the hippocampus, reduce inflammation, and support cognitive health during this transition. The first one is blueberries. Blueberries are rich in antioxidants called flavonoids, which help protect brain cells from oxidative stress. They're associated with improved memory, better communication between brain cells, and overall cognitive protection, especially as we age. Think of them as protective fuel for a stressed or overworked brain. Aim for about half a cup to 1 cup of fresh blueberries daily, or you can also enjoy half a cup of frozen blueberries daily. Incorporate fatty fish such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel into your diet. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain structure and function. Omega-3 support reduced brain inflammation, improved mood regulation, and healthy communication between brain cells. They're especially important during menopause because they also support emotional stability and help regulate mood shifts. You can consume 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week, which is typically 3 to 4 ounces cooked or approximately the size of the palm of your hand. Enjoy leafy greens like spinach, kale, or collards. Leafy greens are rich in folate, vitamin K, and antioxidants that support cognitive health. They're also linked to slower cognitive decline and improved brain performance. They also support blood flow to the brain, which helps with mental clarity and focus. You can enjoy 1 to 2 cups daily of leafy greens. Eggs are one of the best sources of choline, a nutrient essential for memory and brain function. Choline supports the production of a neurotransmitter that's involved in learning and cognitive processing. This makes eggs a simple but powerful brain-supporting food. For most women, consuming about 5 to 7 eggs per week can be a supported part of a balanced diet during perimenopause and menopause. Nuts and seeds, especially walnuts and pumpkin seeds. Walnuts support brain structure with healthy fats, including omega-3s. Pumpkin seeds, which are my favorite, provide magnesium, zinc, and iron, all essential for brain function, energy production, and mood balance. Together, they support both cognition and emotional regulation. You can enjoy about 1/4 cup daily. For a deeper dive on the power of nuts and seeds, I invite you to listen to podcast episode 288, where I talk about bone loss and weak bones and how to rebuild them naturally with a powerful bone-building trail mix recipe. The final power food is flax seeds. Flax seeds contain lignans, which are plant compounds that act as phytoestrogens, meaning that they mimic estrogen. While they do not replace estrogen, they can gently support hormonal balance and help reduce inflammation in the body, which indirectly supports brain health during menopause transitions. The hippocampus can be supported in many ways beyond nutrition. Regular movement and exercise helps increase blood flow to the brain and stimulate chemicals that support memory, mood, and cognitive function. Prioritizing quality sleep is also essential because the brain restores and organizes memories during sleep. Chronic stress can negatively impact the hippocampus over time, which is why practices like prayer, worship, deep breathing, journaling, and spending quiet time with God can help calm the nervous system and support emotional wellness. Women can also support brain health through sunlight exposure, mental stimulation like reading or learning new skills, and maintaining healthy social connections and supportive relationships. The encouraging news is that the brain is adaptable. With intentional support through lifestyle, stress management, sleep, movement, and faith-centered wellness practices, women can strengthen cognitive health and better support the brain during hormonal transitions. So when we talk about menopause brain, we are not just talking about memory. We are talking about the intersection of hormones, brain chemistry, inflammation, stress response, and nutritional support. And the encouraging truth is this: your brain is responsive. It can be supported, it can be nourished, it can be strengthened. This is why I often say that this is not about losing yourself in this season. It's about learning how to support yourself differently. Although nutrition was one of the most powerful places to begin with my health, healing for me was not just about the food only, but it was about learning how to support my body consistently and intentionally. While everyone's journey is different, these strategies became foundational in my own wellness journey and continue to support my mental and emotional health today. I'd like to share several factors that can intensify cognitive and emotional symptoms: chronic stress, poor sleep, sedentary lifestyle, inflammatory diets, excessive sugar intake, unresolved emotional trauma, nutrient deficiencies, social isolation, and elevated cortisol levels. This is why women need holistic support and not just symptom management. When I talk about symptom management, I want to be really clear about what that means. For many women, symptom management has often looked like simply trying to push through or quiet symptoms, whether that's through medication alone or ignoring what the body is signaling or normalizing discomfort as just part of getting older. But in this space, we take a different approach. Symptom management here means understanding the why behind what your body is experiencing, and then supporting it at the root level. Instead of only asking, how do I get rid of this symptom? We also ask, what is my body trying to communicate right now? Is this connected to hormones shifting? Is stress impacting my nervous system? Is my sleep, nutrition, or inflammation playing a role? What support does my body actually need in this season? Because symptoms are not random, they are signals. And when we learn how to interpret those signals, we can respond with care instead of frustration and with strategy instead of guesswork. True symptom management is not about suppressing your body, it's about supporting your body. That means we look at things like stabilizing energy instead of chasing it, supporting metabolism instead of fighting weight changes, calming the nervous system instead of living in constant stress response, improving sleep so your brain and hormones can reset, and restoring balance through sustainable, natural practices that actually work with your body and not against it. And this is especially important during perimenopause and menopause because your body is undergoing real biological transition, not a breakdown. And when you understand that, everything shifts. You stop seeing yourself as off track and start seeing yourself as someone in need of a different kind of support. And that's what we do here. We don't ignore symptoms. We listen to them. We learn from them, and we respond in a way that helps your body thrive again. Because the body, brain, hormones, and nervous system all work together. So let's wrap it all up. Friend, here's what I want you to understand today. Your body is not failing, you are not alone, and you are not weak. Your body may be navigating a major hormonal transition that affects your brain, emotions, energy, cognition, and mental health. But healing and support are possible. And sometimes the first step is simply understanding what your body has been trying to communicate all along. If today's episode spoke to you personally, I want to invite you to continue this journey with me. Join me for Faith and Hormone Health Tuesdays, a 15-minute mini power lunch focused on hormone education, emotional wellness, stress support, faith-based encouragement, and practical strategies for women's health. Because your health journey deserves support, understanding, and community. Click the link in the show notes to sign up today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today and allowing me to share part of my story. If this episode encouraged you, share it with another woman who may be silently struggling through this season. And remember, your body is communicating, not betraying you. With support, education, faith, and intentional care, healing becomes possible. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. I'll leave you with 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may want to have more energy and improve their health naturally? Also, I would love it if you could leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It blesses me tremendously to know that this podcast is helping you. Alrighty then, it's time to go make a protein shake and go for a hike. No more days of feeling tired and drained. I'll see you in a few days for another episode. God bless.